What's going on, social media world? Otis here, back from my garage to you. So a lot of problems that we have, or one of the biggest problems we have in the Bitcoin space, it's not even Bitcoin in itself, is talking to other people about Bitcoin. I talked to my friends and family for probably maybe 6 months before I started creating content. I got to a point where it's like I couldn't even hold a conversation about anything other than Bitcoin. I couldn't talk to someone, in 5 minutes without bringing it up. It just became so heavy in my life. And when you're in this Bitcoin space, especially when you're new, especially when the light bulb finally comes on, you want to talk to someone. You want to be able to get this word out. So that's what led me creating content. And if you are out there and you have the same problem as me, guess what? It's your time to create content, which is a double-edged sword, because now you're creating content and now you have to not just speak from a podcast you learned, you have to actually learn it. You can't just regurgitate a couple clips and then be able to spat it out into your own video. You have to have free flowing thinking thoughts. Whether you want to edit your videos and chop it up, or you want to put a bunch of stuff on it. As you see, my content is just straight to you. It comes out of my mouth and then I say it. Do I make mistakes and do I mess up my videos? Of course I do. If I don't post a video the same day, I probably won't post it because I hear in my tone things that I say doesn't come off how I want it, or how I want it to, just like that. But the purpose of me making these videos, once again, is to create something, right? To give out the knowledge that I have and the lessons I've learned, as well as my own sanity. Like, we live in a world, if you're a Bitcoiner, if you're someone who's buying Satoshis, we live in a world where people are blind. Like, Coinbase is making commercials during sports games. There's tons of arenas, and at least in the US, there are named after crypto companies, or after Bitcoin companies, or I should say crypto companies. So it is confusing to me why more people aren't diving into it. It's because it's on a need-to-know basis. If you can go to the grocery store and pay for groceries with fiat, then why would you need Bitcoin? Why would you feel like you need Bitcoin? If you are already stuck and you're barely making ends meet, why would you need Bitcoin? The price is 100-something thousand. It's too much. That's what people will think. Once again, these echo chambers, these quick clips that people will see of someone getting scammed in crypto. And it's just like, of course you got scammed. Like, you gave your actual password to somebody. You shouldn't do that with anything. You shouldn't give your security code to your phone to anybody. You shouldn't give your password to anything, whether it's Netflix or your bank. Why would you give your password to somebody who's a crypto expert? Why would you do that? So it's just like they'll play this on the news, and then boom, oh, I'm never getting into crypto. I'm never getting into Bitcoin. That's what somebody would say. And that's why it's so important. Everyone say you have to study, you have to study. It's because you have to pay attention. You have to pay with your time so you can now understand what our future holds. And if you don't, you're going to get left behind. If I would get on here and talk about all the news, it would drive me crazy. I can't sit up here and tell you what company, what state, what country is getting into Bitcoin. They all are. They all are. It's just because the very moment you hear Microsoft, or you hear Apple, or you hear Nvidia are buying all the Bitcoin, that will be your cue to go buy Bitcoin, and there will also be the cue that everyone is going to go buy Bitcoin. You're not special. You're not special if you hear it on a platform that especially a mainstream platform. Not everybody's in it, but you have this small content creator as of myself, Jerry Loves Freedom, Satoshi Central, 88 Sats, and I can name them, the Bitcoin Paradox, the Bitcoin gospel, got sats. I just name a few. There's small Bitcoin content creators because we are people who have spent time. I have spent hours and hours and hours looking at Bitcoin content to figure this thing out, to realize I'm done with the fiat system. I want to move my money somewhere else. I want to be able to go to Europe, and I want to be able to go to Canada. I want to be able to go to Australia and still use Bitcoin, which I can. I don't necessarily need to convert my money into, I don't need to convert my money into US dollars and then whatever country's fiat. I can just keep it in Bitcoin and then convert it whenever I'm there. So this whole video is pretty much to say a lie was told, and they have been stacking lies up, and they have built walls with these lies. They have built walls so high and so wide that these walls have become a prison. And this prison has encaptured us. And we are taught to go make money and go make more fiat, go make more currency in your country, but we never actually challenged the base. We never said, is this real money? Like, why is this money and not something else? We never questioned it. But 16 years ago, Satoshi, the people who created Bitcoin, whether it's one person or multiple people, created Bitcoin. And now we have a chance to break that system and move ourselves to a higher place. And we will, the people who are stacking Satoshis now and who has been stacking Satoshis for the last several years, we will change the world, hopefully for the better. Hopefully we're not greedy and selfish. I'm trying my best to become a minimalist in a way to remove a lot of things that I do not need and do not use out of my life. So if that's you if you want to change the world in the future, you have to make sure you're a good person right now, or at least trying to be a good person right now. Because when your account adds another digit on the back of it, and you now have more purchasing power, then the person who you are is going to be amplified. So if you're a bad person now, you'll be a bad person then. So if you want to see more content, subscribe here. And if you want to see more videos, so click on this one. And if you're not, what are you doing? All right, get off zero, stack sats. Until the next one, peace.